In webinar number one, we define the shift the industry is going through. Agentic commerce is what's happening in the market. AI agents are increasingly mediating how shoppers discover, compare, and buy. And agentic PXM is what's happening inside your organization. So it's how product operations are evolving to keep up with this change. Before we get into those 10 use cases, I want to anchor in one number because it frames everything we're about to cover. 44%. 44% of buyers abandon a purchase when product information is incomplete. That's nearly half of your potential revenue walking away, not because of price, not because of product quality, but because of data, missing attributes, inconsistent content, products that don't show up in search, products that AI agents skip over completely because the data isn't structured for them to read. Every use case we cover today attacks that 44% problem from a different angle.
So how do we address this pain point with auto classification? Is pretty simple. AI can analyze the existing product data that you have, the very basic information about the product, and use it to recommend category assignments within your taxonomy. So not a generic taxonomy or not, taking it completely out of thin air. It's using your taxonomy and using the categories within that taxonomy to recommend the correct ones. The logic is industry aware, and there is confidence scoring. So the AI will tell you, hey, I am 90% confidence in this selection or 70% confidence in that selection, and so it gives you kind of this option to review this information that is presenting you. How we can help with this is that our autofill attribute prefill feature functionality analyzes the AI analyzes the linked product assets. So it's actually going in and it's looking at all of the documents, all of the images that are associated with a product, right? It's analyzing them, it's pulling information from those documents, from those images, and then it's using that information to pre-fill the actual product attribution on the product or on the SKU itself. So not only will it suggest values for missing attributes on the product or on the SKU, it will actually validate the existing values that maybe you've already filled in or the values that it suggests. And finally, we have our section takeaway for these features that are available today. So, we've talked about these individually, but let me kind of walk you through how this can help you as a whole, right? So, we have our auto classification. A new SKU comes in, the AI recommends the category assignments for that new SKU within your taxonomy using the existing product data, right? That part is key. It's essential. With that auto classification now done, now you have access to all the category specific attribution that you can fill in for that SKU. Well, that's where attribute autofill comes in.
But when you combine that kind of mappings, which are predefined and deterministic, with the augmentation of the AI on top of it, you can really have 100% automation at that point, right? So that's what this syndication agent and making syndication run on autopilot that would provide you. And again, we feel that agentic PXM should have automations and capabilities such as this. That's where the optimization agent comes in. It helps you close the loop between having the right content, which is validated, putting it on the shelf, and then all the signals can be monitored by the optimization agent. It decides what to act on. It then triggers content update workflows within your PXM. The fixing of all the data can also have AI help. Once it's fixed, reviewed by a user, it can be resyndicated and it goes on the shelf, and then the loop continues, right? Overall, the insight to action flow drops from weeks to minutes. No more saying, hey, we saw that problem 6 weeks ago, but we had no bandwidth to handle that issue. Nothing of that sort, right?
Every use case that we talked about ladders up to our four outcomes and business value. Speed to shelf, we talked about that, getting products live faster, reducing rejection. So cleaner syndication means fewer retailer pushbacks. Enrichment at scale, so more SKUs, same headcount, discoverability, and the age of AI agents. Let's show up where shoppers are and in their AI agents are and where they're looking.